The cost of everything is going through the roof. One of the things I like to do as far as saving money and things is shop at multiple stores, and hopefully don't shop and buy stuff when you need it. Buy it when it's on sale, and it makes it that much better. So BJ's, your clubs and things are always good. You know, the membership fee, if you have multiple people, adds up. But if you use it, you can actually save a lot of money. And so one of the things I noticed was I bought coffee at Walmart, and it cost me an arm and three legs for, I'll be back. So I started this video when we were actually in BJ's, and I wanted to say that right now, the price of food has gone through the roof, and every dollar counts. And so you have to start thinking differently on how to save money. I like to go ahead and shop at multiple stores. If you go to, because this was ridiculous, we ended up going to Giant, and I'm not trying to throw any shade on Giant or the big regular grocery stores, but everything was literally sky high. It was ridiculous how much, we had 6 bags, it was almost $200, and I can't afford to do that on a regular basis. So one of the things I do is we go to, it's a place called Fresh World, and it's like an international market. They have some of the best produce. The carrots they have are just unbelievable. They are the sweetest carrots that you'll ever eat. The produce is fantastic, and the prices are really, really good. The other thing I like to do is, I talk about Restaurant Depot, but not everybody has a business where they can get an account. But if you deal with Costco or BJ's, I don't shop at Costco, I actually use BJ's, but it's basically the same principle. And things that you do is, unfortunately, you may not want to buy in bulk, because it gets to be kind of ridiculous when you start thinking, I don't want to buy enough for 6 months and things. But the way you got to look at it is, look at it as we're a family or friends and things like that. And what you can do is you can buy for a group. That way you're getting the discount for the volume, but you're saving the price in the long run. Another thing I'm doing, like right now, I bought myself chicken breast, and I'm going to go ahead and grill this. This is actually 2 packets of chicken breast right here. This is about 10 pounds of chicken, and this cost me about 25 bucks. Now, I'm not going to eat all this chicken tonight, but my daughter, she loves my chicken and things. I'll be going back to the red brick house, so the kids will be here. This will be a couple of meals right here. And when you think of when you go to, Wendy's and you get a, spicy chicken sandwich meal and it's $13, 2 of those is all this chicken right here. Look at that. I've got it all seasoned up with some grill mates and things like that. Great flavoring. Now, I was almost out of coffee, and I bought some Maxwell House. I like Maxwell House. You can get whatever you want, but it's not the brand that we're talking about. But the container that I got at Walmart was about this tall. It cost me freaking $18. $18. So here's the thing. I went to BJ's, and I've got this one, original roast. This is a much bigger size right here. Huge size. It's on sale, regular price is $12.99. So you're getting more for less, but wait, use the apps. I have the BJ's app, and on there, they have all the coupons. You don't have to clip coupons. You can just click on it, and it will give you the discount. So this right here, $2 coupon for it. So this whole thing of coffee cost me $10 as opposed to $18 for a smaller size. And you can do this with a lot of things. Let's see. Hold up. Let me see if I have it. Yeah. That's a lot of shit. That's a hell of a lot of shit. But you look at this right here. This is 36 rolls of toilet tissue. Okay, 36. This was $26 for the whole packet, which is not bad, because then that's less than, it's about 75 cents a roll. But because you have the app, they had a $4 off coupon on there. So it was $22 for 36 rolls. Now, you don't have a place to put all this, but that's where you say, kids, you get a third of it, or your neighbor and things, buy together in bulk. You will save. Now check this out. The other part of being a smart shopper and saving yourself some money is really looking and comparing what you get per unit. Okay? Now this is Tide Pods. This is enough for 132. Let's see if we can hold it. I think it's 168 loads. Okay? 168 loads. This costs like $24 for it. Now here's what's funny is if you look at the price on there, they'll give you a price per pod. The price for the pods for those was 20 cents. They had some other ones that were a different brand, and they were like $22 for a box. And you looked at it and said, well, it's only 22. This one is 24. I'll buy the other one. But the funny thing is the unit price of them were 35 cents a unit. And instead of having 168 loads, they only had 75 in there. And so last I checked, 168 loads is a hell of a lot more than 75. And the nice thing about this is there's 4 bags in there. So you can take a bag here, boom, leave one here, take another one down the road. You got somebody else. Sharing those helps. And so that being $24, and it had a $2 off coupon, $22, I think it was $22, and there's 4 bags. That means that package of 42 is only costing about $5 and some change. That adds up. That's a heck of a good bargain and ways to make your money go a lot further. The final thing I'll say is I'm like Hank Hill, because I got my gas grill, I got my gas griddle, I got my smoker that's gas, I got my fire pit that's gas, I've got my deep fryer out there, all propane. And if you take those tanks in and get them exchanged, it's $21. It's real easy. You go in and they got the self-service one. It's like, yeah, I can go in there and get me some gas. But there's a secret to that even too. Because what happens is when you exchange them, there's only 3 gallons of propane in there. Usually about $20 to $23 per unit, right? The other thing is, legally, you can't get tanks refilled that are older than 10 years. What you find out is when you go ahead and exchange those tanks usually are older, that they've gone through and they've recertified and repainted them, and you can't refill them. So they get you on that cycle. Here's the trick. If you go to a BJ's, or if you go to like a tool rental place or a place, your local hardware, they refill the tanks. But instead of giving you only 3 gallons, it's actually 4.5 gallons that they end up replacing it. And usually it's somewhere between $15 and $18 for that. So what you're getting is a half a tank more of propane for less money. And these are great ways that when these prices start going through the roof, and I'm seeing them, you're seeing them, you're feeling them, these are great ways that you can save. Ooh. See, the lid for the pot just said, yeah, great ways that you can save a whole bunch of money. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I like to eat, so I'm trying to figure out how I can get as much food as possible at a good price. Peace out.